It is official, the Maldives has become a Chinese outpost. How else can you explain what is happening? The Maldives has given a green light to a Chinese spy ship. In other words, Malé will soon be hosting a Chinese spy ship, this one. The name of this vessel is Xiang Yang Hong 03. As we speak, the vessel is sailing towards the Maldives. What will it do in the archipelago? Will it try to monitor Indian installments from the Maldives? Will it monitor Indian interests? Will China study the waters around India? You know, the seafloor, the currents, the salinity. What will it do by studying them? Develop the perfect combat capability, the perfect submarine to counter India. On paper, this ship is an innocent ocean research vessel. Its real mission has been kept confidential. Let me point you to data from the Center for Strategic and International Studies. It says, of the 13 Chinese vessels undertaking the bulk of survey and research in the Indian Ocean since the year 2020, all have links to the PLA, the People's Liberation Army. All of these research vessels have displayed suspicious activity. What kind exactly? They have sometimes docked at military posts. Sometimes these vessels have turned off their tracking devices. China maintains the world's largest fleet of civilian research vessels. At least 80% of them have displayed red flags, like going dark before entering another country's EEZ or exclusive economic zones. Which is why this ship, the Xiang Yang Hong 03, heading to the Maldives, becomes an important story. The ship reaches Maldives next month. Its original destination was Sri Lanka. It was scheduled to dock at a Lankan port this year, but Colombo said no. So the Chinese knocked on the doors of the Maldives. The Maldivian president, Mohammad Muizzu, was happy to oblige. But at what cost? Muizzu is already facing heat at home, especially from his predecessor, Abdullah Yameen. Why? For not being Indian enough. How does being a Chinese outpost help the Maldives? Let me explain. The only party that stands to benefit is Beijing. You see, the Indian Ocean is extremely critical for Beijing. Crude coming into China travels through the Indian Ocean. China is scared that if a war breaks out, this particular waterway, critical for oiling the war machinery, could become a no-go zone for Chinese vessels. So China is building outposts. China already has ports in Djibouti and Pakistan. It also controls Sri Lanka's Hambantota port, and now China is turning the Maldives into a safe haven for its spy ships. The spy ship reaches Maldives next month. Malé says the ship will not conduct any research while in Maldivian waters. So what will it do then? Spot dolphins, perhaps? The Maldives says that the ship has been given clearance for quote-unquote rotation and replenishment. Here's something else the Maldives said this evening. I'm quoting. The Maldives has always been a welcoming destination for vessels of friendly countries and continues to host both civilian and military vessels making port calls for peaceful purposes. Muizzu knows better than mistaking the Chinese spy ship for a vehicle of peace. But he also knows better than angering the Chinese masters. Guess who's visiting the island country? The CCP's Vice Minister of the International Liaison Department. Her name is Sun Hayam. She comes to the Maldives on the heels of Muizzu's return from China. What's on the agenda, you ask? To strengthen bilateral ties between the Maldives and China. In other words, strengthen China's hold on the country. Ensure that its outpost does not go out of hand. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.